It's been a long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last. Alrighty. That is done. So, what am I reviewing today? Kamandi at Earth's End number 3. This year is gonna suck too.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Brodsky, you're not the smartest. Life out, you're not an artist. Anyone who's had a bad comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara, he's a man, punch, wears a birdie hat. Linkara, he has a magic gun. Where'd he purchase that? Linkara, coins, robots, Amazons and trucks. Linkara, this comic sucks. Linkara. It's been a long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last.
Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Unfortunately, the apocalypse turned out to be a big disappointment, so we're all still here. But in fiction, apocalypses are as common as street lamps, so naturally, this dumbass series actually filled out its 6-issue run, and here we are talking about it. So, previously on Kamandi at Earth's End. Kamandi is the last boy on Earth, except he's not, because this is an Elseworlds tale, where instead of it being a Planet of the Apes ripoff, it's a ripoff of, every post-apocalyptic movie ever, but even dumber. Kamandi has been sent out of his bunker by Mother Machine, or Machine Mother, they seem to swap it around a lot, to try to hunt down the man who caused the second apocalypse, and along the way he met a biker, a woman with bizarre pants, mutants, and robotic chicken people. Everyone has huge guns, the dialogue sucks, and Kamandi is a perverted idiot. So let's dig into Kamandi at Earth's End number 3 and find out nothing. We will find out nothing, because this series was a waste of time. Our cover is our 3 heroes standing on a pile of junk with blank expressions on their faces and holding guns larger than they are. And for Sleeper Zom, that's a hell of an accomplishment considering he's already over-muscled beyond the point of rationality. Cruisin' Thunder Road! Oh yeah, I mean a comic about trying to hunt down and murder a guy has so much to do with a Springsteen song about a couple trying to run off and make things work. Unless it's a reference to the Robert Mitchum movie. I wouldn't be shocked by that actually, considering the amount of booze necessary for this comic's creation. We open inside of a plane while Ben Boxer continues his log entries. Question, who the hell is reading his logs? There's a reason Star Trek has a captain's log beyond exposition for the audience. They're regular reports that the higher-ups read. Who the hell is Ben Boxer sending his diary entries to? Anyway, these 2 idiots, one looking like he stepped out of a Sherlock Holmes film, and the other looking like Dr. Robotnik in a sombrero, discuss how the Death Slingers are planning an attack on the Roadies. Oh man, they're gonna attack the Roadies? But who else is gonna do the mic check? We must follow and protect Kamandi until we can learn exactly who he has been sent to kill. We have already saved him from one group of vicious savages. Oh yeah, you did a great job of saving him. I especially like the part where you didn't save him at all. They managed to get away on their own, and then you nuked New Jersey! Our probes indicate several other types of human scum are surviving in the apocalyptic ruins of America. Human scum? Okay, Ben Boxer, I'm confused about what your mission is exactly. Are you evil robots, or are you actually interested in helping humanity repopulate the Earth? I only ask because while you were still nuke happy in Superman at Earth's End, you didn't want to kill everybody! Anyway, our two new characters are flying a 747, which naturally is in perfect working order after the apocalypse. Oh, but there are lots and lots of corpses still in their seats on the plane. Yeah, it wasn't the apocalypse that killed them, they'd just been waiting on the runway for too long. Ben Boxer's battle plate comes across them and shoots their plane down. Ben Boxer's log. I would have preferred to force the 747 to land so that we could conduct an investigation. Unfortunately, to prevent a collision, we had to shoot them out of the sky. And seeing as those laser beams are coming from directly above the 747, I think what you meant is that they were going to collide with the air in front of them and you needed to prevent that. Instead, the plane collides with the ground, right in front of Kamandi, Zom, and Saphira. I'll give the comic this credit. Once again, it takes on a very action movie-esque look as they drive their motorcycles away from the crashing plane. Badass. But less badass is that despite seeing them outrun the crash, when we cut to the next page, suddenly they're getting up out of the wreckage and Zom is proclaiming his irritation that their motorcycles are gone. Ah, sequential storytelling at its finest. Look, Saphira Cohen's found a survivor. Look, I'm saying her full name for absolutely no reason. Mutton Chop Man, with his dying breath, asks them to find Vile John and to tell them that 1,000 death slingers from the Night Zone are coming. And then he hands Saphira a human finger. Give him this. Dude, that's not what's meant when someone says they're offering their hand in marriage. Ooh, let's see how many other jokes I can milk out of this. Man, he really gave her the finger. Boy, that's finger-licking good. I don't think that's what she meant by finger food, man. Zom tells her to get rid of it, but Saphira says she's got a feeling they need to hang on to it. So, our first plot point revolves around dismembered body parts. Aw man, I can just tell that this comic's gonna be a feel-good comedy. Ben Boxer's diary states that they can't find Kamandi and are proceeding to Washington, D.C. in hopes of continuing the search. While the battle plate passes over them, the three sit around and discuss their next move. Since there are abandoned cars everywhere, it won't be too hard for them to get new transportation, but there's a difference of opinion on what direction to go. Zom wants to head north away from the battle plate, but Kamandi says he's going south. The road starts in Washington, D.C. Okay, I may have failed geography when I reviewed the first issue, but I'm pretty sure you can get to Arizona without first going to Washington, D.C. And don't try to tell me you need a road to Arizona, dude. You guys have been traveling on perfectly good road this entire friggin' time. Really? Washington, D.C.? They've got the biggest library in the world there.
Well, hooray for us.
So, books are the last thing we need. I don't know, I think I could think of something more useless.
You got a fish.
I got some seaweed.
Good.
Are you some kind of ignorant dog? Books are the best thing there is! Look, Saphira, I'm sure you really enjoyed reading Rainbow as a kid, but I think after the apocalypse you need to start prioritizing. Books are full of thinking! Clearly, you've never read anything by Stephanie Meyer. Don't you like to think? Oh, Saphira, you've only just met Kamandi. Thinking is number 16 on his priorities list, right after whining about his computer mommy and operating ridiculous weaponry. They go through some cars, most of which lack fuel due to it evaporating over the years. I'm sure there would be other maintenance problems, but whatever. But eventually they find a van that seems to work, loading up food from the crashed airplane onto it. While Zom drives, and doesn't argue about them now heading to Washington, D.C., he says they should get some rest and take over for driving later. Oh yeah, I'm sure the blonde idiot who spent most of his days having virtual sex or cruising around underground pipes knows how to drive a stick. Good idea. I'm gonna read a book. What books? You weren't carrying any books. They weren't carrying any books. Did you raid the 747 for the safety pamphlets? Is that all you think about? There's a TV and VCR back there. I'm gonna watch TV. Let's see what kind of reception we're getting on the TV. Oh man, it's my favorite show, Candle Cove. You don't care about books, but books are all I ever had. Oh, I get it. Saphira is the grown-up version of that girl from the Batman reading PSA who was obsessed with reading anything with words on it. Push that cart! We'll be right back. The cart's moving the wrong way, you bloody wankers! Ha! Not so smart with your brains outside your head! Oh, we're back now. I was just about to complain about a lack of character development, but it seems the comic beat me to the past. Saphira gives some brief backstory about living in her dead father's house in the mountains, just reading books all the time, while Kamandi talks about how she's the first real woman she ever met. The world is sure a scary place, Kamandi. It sure is. It's terrifying just thinking about how you guys have been traveling for potentially weeks on end without showering, especially Kamandi and his greasy hair. We could die at any minute. Yeah, that's why we got guns. Kamandi's a real glass half full kind of guy. He's also a brain half full kind of guy. The TV set suddenly turns on, revealing Mother Machine. I have repaired and reactivated the geosynchronous satellite system that has been dormant since 2050. How? You're an artificial intelligence who relied on Kamandi to do anything! Or do you have cybermats who can help you fix stuff? Now hear me, and hear me well. Ah, geez, here comes the timeshare pitch. I know you have taken companions on your quest for the man. I disapprove. Pat Robertson's new show is weird. However, these companions may be of some use to you, since you are at this moment the object of a hunt by biomech androids. These powerful but irrational entities are of low intelligence, endlessly faithful to their obsolete programming. They follow the directives handed down to them by an old computer program called Clippy. They now roam the countryside, seeking people and offering spelling assistance. Mother Machine briefs Kamandi on the biomechs and how they seek to destroy her. Subsequently, he must show them no mercy, but avoid them at all costs. Be careful, my son. Watch out for the girl. Her motives are suspect. She's a very kinky girl, the kind you don't bring home to Mother. They arrive in D.C. They're spending way too much time here. They could be at the post-apocalyptic MagFest right now. And Saphira goes to the Library of Congress to check out some books. Kamandi says he doesn't know whether to trust the two. If you don't trust us, you're dead, pal, because all you've got is a big machine that says it loves you. How can you trust a machine? Damn, it's them again! That's our Kamandi! Don't actually try to rationalize anything. Just point and yell, hey, look over there! Ben Boxer continues his log, stating that they think this may be their final destination, so they move in to capture Kamandi and kill the other two. You know, this is a big problem with this book. I commented on the bizarreness of Ben Boxer's logs, but this just points out especially how, from a narrative standpoint, the logs are stupid. Instead of building suspense as to the biomech's motives or plans, or even make them out as a credible threat just by being huge and imposing, instead we have to read every stupid little thought on Ben Boxer's Twitter, so any sense of mystery or suspense is taken away. And in the short time since Saphira entered, she's already gotten up to the 5th floor and found a whole bunch of books, including ones about Mother Machine, which she throws one down to Kamandi. Like the true brain trust that he is, Kamandi starts reading the book while they're under threat by the biomechs. Said biomechs attack, spotting Saphira up on the other floor. They blast her with some kind of laser bazooka, and she plummets down. But that's okay, she survives easily. She landed on books. You know, the softest of all objects. As the Library of Congress is destroyed by the biomechs, the three run out once again in an action movie image of the burning building behind them. Are these just the storyboards of some stupid movie and they all got crammed together to try to make a comic? Thousands of lovely books, blown to dust!
Guess we'll just have to write some of our own.
Could you start by making a better book than this one? And yeah, they managed to get away and onto the Great American Highway, which has graffiti written on it. No law, go wild, do what you want. Aw man, there's no law and order. I can finally do what I've always wanted, writing on street signs. The Great American Highway is not actually Route 66 or anything like that. It's apparently a gigantic highway made after the first apocalypse from DC to San Diego that's 40 miles wide. It's just 3 miles wider than Rhode Island. Geez, that's government spending for you. Don't actually fix the roads, just build one huge-ass one.
God, it's weird. There's nothing out here. You could drive forever.
And I'm sure we'll see every friggin' second of it. Since it's so free and open, Zom decides to activate cruise control.
We can cruise right towards Arizona, and the automatic radar will sound if there's anything in our line of sight.
This random friggin' van had not only a TV and VCR built in, but also a radar? Did US-1 get into car manufacturing at the end of his series or something? Oh, and it's also got a microwave or something, since Saphira was able to make a freeze-dried turkey dinner. Of course. This is like a van a little kid designs. And it's got a radar, and a microwave, and my own VCR, and my own Super Nintendo, and an ejection seat. Kamandi turns on the TV to see if Mother is trying to contact him again, but instead they pick up a transmission from Ben Boxer's forces targeting some of Mother Machine's satellite systems. Kamandi is upset over this, but fortunately Zom knows just the right thing to say.
What's the problem, Kay? As long as we got guns, everything is cool.
Ah, the motto of the 90s.
Dude, that's not true. We need more than guns.
You do?
Cha! Obviously we need a Sega CD, too! I mean, where would we be without that?
The van comes under attack by guys in gigantic hot rod battle wagons. Yes, seriously. Kamandi and Saphira try using their ridiculously huge weapons, but they're evidently useless. Where does Sleeper get these weird guns? This thing doesn't have a trigger. Is this comic self-aware? Nope, wait, turns out it's just some kind of rocket launcher. False alarm, comic is still stupid. The rocket launcher manages to take out the hot rods, but the pilots, in all their dumb checkered pattern and star-branded kneecap glory, seriously, what in the hell, survive and leap onto the van. However, the van screeches to a halt when they reach a makeshift wall. They're captured by the Roadies, who want to know who the hell they are and what they're doing.
We're not your enemies. We're going to Arizona.
Arizona, huh? Taking a little vacation with a wife and kids? And I suppose the guns are for hunting jackrabbits in the Grand Canyon.
Dude, every single person in this idiotic world is carrying a gun. That's not an indicator that they're evil. That's just common sense. Also, the guy has Moby written on one of his shoulder pads. Somehow, I doubt that these people are all made of stars. They take them to their leader, Vile John, who looks like M. Bison if he replaced the cool red coat for every Youngblood member ever. Seriously, grenades, pouches, random colors, huge shoulder pads.
There, sure glad I don't look stupid in this.
Anyway, they remember the message they were supposed to give about the Death Slingers coming when they recognize the name and they pass the finger over to him, which somehow proves they're telling the truth.
I know this finger.
Hey, I've got a finger for you too, if you want to see if you know that one. And so our comic ends with them spotting the Death Slingers approaching on the horizon, which means that Kamandi and his group arrived far too late for the information about their approach to mean a damn thing. Huzzah! This comic sucks! It continues to have no substantial character development, the environment just seems to be there to go from action scene to action scene, and Ben Boxer is utterly useless. Even ignoring the lame log entries, he keeps saying that they need to grab Kamandi, even though they should not be having this much trouble with it considering how friggin' huge and powerful the ship is. The artwork personifies everything wrong with the 90s, all of its laziness and stupidity. And looking at the last page, I suddenly realized why they introduced the stupid 40-mile highway, so they wouldn't be bothered to draw actual background details. Nope, just a big mass of gray. I'd say I was disappointed by this thing for the start of the year, but honestly, that would imply I had any hopes for it to begin with. Books are full of thinking!